you're like me, at least once in your life you've been sitting on your couch watching Jurassic Park and suddenly you think, yeah, I could totally survive that. Then maybe you try to use some odd strategy to rationalize why if you or some of your friends suddenly woke up in the Mesozoic era, you would come out on top. But is that really true? Have you considered the climate? How would you get food? What food would you eat? Don't bother thinking about that now, because luckily for you, I've made this video to demonstrate a realistic scenario where you unexpectedly get teleported to Hell Creek towards the end of the Cretaceous period. But before we get into that, I'm the Irritated Irritator, and I just created this YouTube channel, so I hope you enjoy. Let's get to the scenario. You wake up, dazed and confused, your body drenched in sweat, your eyes rapidly darting around, shocked for your sight only to be met with nothing but trees as far as the eye can see. Dozens of thoughts rush through your head faster than you can keep track of. How did I get here? Am I really here? What am I doing here? But one question rises above all the others. A question you're afraid to even think. Where am I? Even if you had paid attention in your 10th grade science class, you would probably still be too shocked to come to the conclusion that you have somehow found yourself in Hell Creek, 66 million years ago. As you stand up, you notice that each breath leaves you feeling more full of air than you would in your own time. Unfortunately, with that same breath, you could feel as if you could almost drown. You have the humidity and the heat to thank for that. You hear an unholy bellow in the distance, one worthy of a place in some sort of science fiction novel. After coming to your senses, you unbutton your fancy white shirt to cool off and begin walking. Where to? You're not entirely sure, but you most certainly don't want to stay here. After about an hour, you feel as though you can't go on anymore. But that can't be right, can it? You've been on multi-day hiking trips with an 80-gallon pack. Surely 1 hour of brisk walking can't have you feeling like going to bed already. You're hungry. That must be what it is, right? Luckily for you, you see a flowery shrub offering some bright purple berries. Just what you need. You pick a handful of berries and toss them into your mouth. They're bitter. Really bitter. But now isn't the time to be picky. As you're about to sit down to rest and gather your thoughts, you hear a bird-like noise. However, one far too loud to be an actual bird. In fear, your eyes dart around trying to make shapes out of the shadows in the dense forest. You begin to think you are imagining things, but no. The pair of eyes staring back at you shine too bright to ignore it. It tilts its head to the side almost curiously before you scream at the top of your lungs. But the shriek startles the creature, and out from the shadow emerges a Pachycephalosaurus, a bipedal lizard-looking creature about the size of a cow, which appears to have exposed bone on top of its head. Before you even have time to brace for impact, it rams its head directly into your side, and as you feel 3 of your ribs shatter on impact, you go flying meters back. You shout even louder in pain, somehow maintaining consciousness. You lay down for a while and rest before assessing the damage on your body. You try to move your limbs and neck to instant success and come to the conclusion that somehow your ribs are the only bones that were broken in the attack. You can walk, and beside the excruciating pain in your side, you're fine. But you won't be for long if you don't find more food and water soon. Every step feels like hell. You clutch the injury, hoping it would provide you with some sort of relief or comfort. It doesn't. By some sort of miracle, you make it to a creek. You fill yourself up with water and rest against a tree. As you dream of your bed at home, you finally get a moment to process the things that you've seen. I was a dinosaur, huh? The realization that you traveled back in time hits you like a ton of bricks. Bet you wish you paid attention to your dinosaur-obsessed friend now, don't you? You don't know how long you were asleep, but you're awakened by a strange feeling of numbness or pressure on your leg. Once you open your eyes and they adjust to the darkness and take in moonlight, you shriek at the sight of a massive black feathered Dakota raptor gnawing at your leg. You try to scream, but you can't. You've never been one to freeze up, but watching yourself slowly be eaten alive by a creature that shouldn't even exist alongside you seems to have done the trick. You're so caught up in your own thoughts that you don't realize that the creature has become aware that you are now awake. And as your life flashes before your eyes, you manage to grab a rock and summon all your strength to hit the raptor in the head. You do little damage to it, but hurt it just enough so that it will take a few steps back. After a moment, the raptor decides that you're a big enough meal to be worth the trouble. You realize that there is truly nothing left that you can do, and as you close your eyes, you accept your fate. As the raptor slashes your throat with its claws, in the fleeting moments of your consciousness, you feel ashamed, almost embarrassed, you could say. You were sent back to a time where you walk alongside the tyrant lizard king, the massive Deinosuchus and Triceratops, and yet the catalyst for your downfall was a herbivore acting in self-defense and a singular lowly raptor? As your final breath leaves your body, you feel almost comforted at the sight of the raptor beginning to tear into your gut, knowing that at least you will give nutrients to such a beautiful creature in the end. And that's the end of the thing. I'm sorry it was kind of short, but I like to portray the fact, I like to show the fact that, realistically everyone's like, oh yeah, I could take a T-Rex, or if I die I'm gonna get in a really cool battle with the Triceratops or something. But most people would get taken out by, not being able to find food and water in itself. And because of the higher oxygen levels, you'll burn calories faster, you'll lose energy, and you'll need to eat and find shade way more often. And because of the humidity, you're gonna overheat real fast because your sweat won't evaporate and you won't get cooled down. And even if you manage to get past all that, and you say you make a weapon and kill the raptor, you would have died anyway. Because those berries you ate? Yeah, poison. Sorry guys, but let me know if you want to make other stuff like this. Like maybe I could do like a longer version where maybe you had better luck and you got to see more dinosaurs other than just a Pachycephalosaurus and a Dakota raptor. But I had a lot of fun making this, so I hope you guys had almost as fun watching it. I'm the Irritated Irritator. Thank you for watching. If you're alright with it, please like and subscribe. And if you enjoyed this, maybe check out some of my other videos. I hopefully have a couple more coming soon. But yeah, have a good day. Bye bye.